The offense has come along better. You know, the last 3 games we've held our turnovers down to a 7 per game average, which is vastly improved on from the 15, I guess, in the first 9 games. And our assists are up. I think we're averaging about 22 assists a game, which comes off the back of some slightly better shot selection, where we're shooting at 46% from the field. Where again, comparative in the first 9 games, we're at 41%. But you know, defensively is probably still where we need to get some adjustments on. It's too inconsistent from game to game. You know, bodies will freshen up and help improve that, but we just don't want to rely on guys coming back for it to be the difference between being a good defensive team and a poor defensive team.
Those offensive stats, just you're saying to start then, is that something, obviously it's a big difference from the start of the season from those major losses? I guess something that you just kind of keep ticking away at until, you know, they put you over the line, is that?
Yeah, I mean, the large part of the improvement is on the back of Andrew, you know, so in a normal situation, you bring in your starting point guard and you've got 7 weeks preseason, where you got, you know, the 5 preseason games that we had for Drew to get integrated into the lineup and control the ship. But in our case, Drew came in round 2. So this has kind of been a baptism by fire, and, you know, we would love to sit here and say, hey, you know, we wanted to get more wins or more consistency earlier on. But, you know, realistically, Drew's come in, learnt a new playbook and learnt new names and his teammates, and obviously with guys still looking to come in. But now that Drew's got himself settled in, and that's kind of what the last 3 games has really showed, is that he's been the leveler for us, especially on the offensive end. So it's good to know that, you know, his impact now is starting to really show. And again, it was always a tough order to ask, you know, to come in round 2 and make that immediate impact. So, I mean, it's full credit to Drew now that we're starting to see the improvement of what we want to do on the offensive end.
We've also got some high minutes in all the players due to injuries in the team. Is that something that we can manage, or is that more just we just need to wait until the players come back?
Yeah, it's difficult. So it's kind of a double-edged sword with the injuries that we have out. I mean, in Illawarra, for example, we had a 6.5-man rotation. Now, we did that because we knew we only had the 1 game that weekend. It's kind of harder to do with the doubleheader this weekend. We don't have any new bodies coming in yet. So you sort of have to manage it at practice. And it comes frustrating because you want to train hard, but then you also run the risk of burning guys out unnecessarily or even worse, injuring them. So it's a balancing act of trying to get purposeful reps in a practice while making sure bodies stay fresh. And especially for guys like Skull and Jack, who are already playing 36 minutes a game, how can you manage them throughout the week, knowing that we still got to get the best basketball out of them at the end of the week? There's some content we need to get through. Look, we only have to manage it for 2 more weeks because once the FIBA break rolls through, we're going to have 4 guys returning, and that's massive for us.
Obviously, Sam was just around you before, jump up and down a little bit. Good to see that out there. Oh yeah, I mean, when the design, right, is to run this between our 2 marquee local players who are so dynamic in Jack and Sam, you know, you're missing half of the picture. So I don't want to put all the onus on Wardenberg to make that immediate impact when he comes back, but the good thing is we've got 3-4 years under our belt working together. We know what he's capable of doing. I want him to get comfortable and find his rhythm, but yeah, like when he comes back, it's going to obviously help in a lot of categories that we just discussed. You'd be happy with your new recruit? Is it Mojave?
Mojave. Mo King.
The King.
Yeah.
Massive game for him, 32 points. You'd be pretty happy with that signing?
Yeah, we picked him up at shoot-around in Brisbane. Then he travelled with us to Tassie, so he played 8 minutes the day everyone got to meet him. Then he played 23 minutes 2 days later. We get 3 practices with him during the week, and then he plays 36 minutes. So sink or swim mindset for Mo. And what I like about that is he's 23, but he's been around enough basketball to know what an opportunity looks like. And he capitalised on it. I would love to get more 30-point games from him. Realistically, if he's just able to make the impact that he is, which is cutting off the ball, shooting the open shot, really looking to push the break in transition, if he can tick those 3-4 boxes for us, he's going to be a massive piece of what we want to do this season. I think his ability to score 30 points is a bonus. If we get that regularly, I love it. But right now, what he's doing for us is huge.
Awesome. And then obviously, game on Friday, South East Melbourne. How are you feeling? What's the, scout on them?
Yeah, again, we get another week where we can just sort of recharge and focus on this home game. Sobe's run the clock back. He's playing some of his best basketball. There's a big focus on what we want to do with him, try and slow down his momentum because he plays at such a great pace. He's shooting the three ball really well. He's getting on the rim. But again, like with most teams in this league, if you focus in on one dude, they got so many other weapons that can hurt us. So credit to Southeast and credit to Sobe, who has started off the season really well. But we've got to make sure that, again, defensively is probably where we want to make sure we focus and, have that attention to detail, especially with the scout. Know who the shooters are, know who the drivers are. Don't get caught up in the moment and just play focused.
Yeah, no, it was good. I think it helped my confidence a lot, being new in the team, just, them trusting me and putting me in positions to be successful, and then, it helps when the ball's going as well. Would have been better to get the win, but yeah, no, it was definitely good to just start building some momentum with the guys.
Obviously, you've only been here for a couple of weeks now. How are you kind of finding the culture around the squad?
Yeah, I like our team, a bunch of great guys. I've been up in Cairns before, so I know it's a great community, and everyone in the front office is great people as well, so it's definitely good to be back.
Awesome. Obviously, that Southeast coming up on Friday as well. How are we kind of feeling? I guess it's been frustrating. Obviously, you haven't been here the whole season, but frustrating to have these great big wins and then come back to another loss. How are we feeling going into this week?
Yeah, we're feeling good. Working hard at practice. Coaches are doing a lot of work behind the scenes to, get video together and help us prepare as best as possible. So I think we're going to be prepared to go in there and fight and try to get a win.
You're going to put 30 points up again?
I don't know about 30, but I'm definitely going to come out being aggressive. I feel like that's kind of where I'm at my best, and that's kind of my role within this team, especially when we're down bodies. So yeah, I'm going to see what I can do out there.
What do you kind of make of Southeast lineup? Obviously, they got Sobe, who's a great player.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of manage that.
Yeah, they got some good players. Sobe's obviously playing really well at the moment. So again, the coaches are just, trying to make it as simple as possible for us, give us a game plan, try to make his life as difficult as possible, tell us what we can give him or take away. So yeah, it's really just executing the scout and locking into, fighting, going out there and playing harder than them on the night.
Was it an easy decision to come back to Taipans, or what was, the pitch from Forde?
Yeah, so I actually only spoke to Forde once before I signed. But yeah, I wasn't with anybody. I was kind of just at home training, trying to stay ready for an opportunity when it came. And the call came from Forde, so I was super excited to get an opportunity, something I've been waiting for in the NBL for a long time. So I'm definitely excited to be here.
Awesome. And obviously you play with a lot of, stuff on the week, and I hope you think that maybe that could shine through into the other team.
Yeah, for sure.
Team,
Yeah, I think that the guys are motivated. Nobody wants to lose games, and I think that we know in the position that we're at right now, we need to make sure that every game we take the most of it, and we'll make the most of it, and stay in the fight. We're trying to make the play-in, so we need to be top 6, and if we start dropping a couple games that we shouldn't be, then that makes it a lot tougher at the end of the season.